everybody thought that Beyonce would be like some other great artists, like say Tony Braxton, who after some time they stopped producing great music. But Beyonce recently surprised the music industry. Welcome to another exciting episode of Tim Ukuta. My name is Tim Ukuta. Today we want to talk about Beyonce, Don Jazzy, and how to reinvent yourself. Most people who have been very, very good in a particular thing, they discover that after some time, the new generation start to do better, and they are often relegated to the background. A similar thing was happening to Beyonce. After coming out with her girls group, Destiny Child, and coming out as a solo artist and winning a lot of Grammys, things started slowing down as she started giving birth to children and the new generation of artists started doing better. Everybody thought that Beyonce would be like some other great artists, like say Tony Braxton, who after some time they stopped producing great music. But Beyonce recently surprised the music industry with a new album and a new cover of Dolly Parton's Jolene. As I continue to look at what is happening to her and another musician called Don Jazzy, whose music label Marvin Record was recently acquired by the biggest music label in the world, Universal Music. Don Jazzy, if you don't know him, is the music producer behind the success of Rema, Calm Down, behind the success of Era Star, and some other very notable Nigerian musicians. Don Jazzy's contemporaries, who he started with, are all out of the music game. And today, Don Jazzy is arguably the richest Nigerian musician after the acquisition of a majority stake by Universal Music. So I told myself, how did this guy pull this off? And I also told myself, how did Beyonce also pull her own resurgence off? The more I studied these two musicians, the more I isolated three factors. The first is that you have to be good in a particular thing to even reinvent yourself in the first place. So for both of them, they were very good. They were on top of their game. If you want to liken it to a food chain, they were on top of the food chain of music. Now, so the first thing is to be on top of your game. To be not just good, to be great in your profession. After you've achieved greatness in your profession, the second thing that you will do if you want to reinvent yourself is to continue practicing what you are talented in. In the case of Beyonce, though marriage and childbirth slowed her down, she didn't stop releasing albums. In the case of Don Jazzy, the quarrel and the breakup of his first music label called Mo Hits and all other things that happened, though it slowed him down, but still, he did not stop producing. He did not stop working with younger producers and artists. Now, that is the second part. The third part, which is arguably the key to reinventing yourself, is to look for a new challenge. So in the case of Beyonce, I believe she took Taylor Swift as a challenge. She saw her as somebody who is on top of the music food chain. Permit me to use that phrase. And she decided that I'm coming to take you off. I'm coming to take that spot. I believe that is a challenge that she took up that has helped her to reinvent herself. Beyonce is in her 40s, and yet she's not looking it, and yet she's not sounding it, and yet she's ruling the charts. Same thing with Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy's contemporaries include his former co-label owner, The Banj, and the likes of Two-Face. All these individuals, as we speak, one can say they are little or nothing to write home about. But Don Jazzy just pulled off a multi-million-dollar deal and have one of the hottest artists in Afrobeat under his label. How did he pull off this? Again, these three principles or these three strategies. First, not just be good on your area of calling, but be great to stand any chance of reinventing yourself. The second is to, while you are experiencing a slowdown, don't stop doing what you are good in. Thirdly, and most important of them all, is to look for a new challenge when everybody has written you off. When you are older, look for a younger new challenge. Look for the new person that is ruling your area of calling, and take this person as a competitor and decide to do better than that person. This, if you align these three strategies, you just find yourself ruling the charts, just as Beyonce is presently ruling the charts. Thank you one more time for listening to me. I really appreciate this. Take your time to comment, take your time to share, take your time to subscribe. We will greatly appreciate these gestures of yours. Thank you one more time. Have a great week ahead of you.